everybody, it's Alyce-Kay Ruckelshaus from Threshold of Hineni, and this is take two. I had done this little wallet yesterday, and I have yet to get Velcro for it because I haven't made it to the store yet. So I'm just going to pick up some little Velcro like rounds or something at Walmart to put there. Okay, and I made this envelope earlier. I'm not real happy with it because I didn't place this right anyway, so it's fine with me that it didn't record. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make an envelope like this. This wallet is for holding the Bible verses that I'm currently memorizing. Like I'll have like 2 or 3 cards in there. But this will hold, or the one that I'm going to make like it, will hold all of my Bible verses that I'm not working on at the time. Okay, so first I've got to trim off the edges. If you have a printer that prints all the way to the edge, then you don't have to do this step, obviously. One of these days, I'm going to get one of those printers. But right now, I'm really grateful for the printer that I have. I am using the Be Still Magnolia DigiKit from, That's Just Penny, not It's Just Penny. That's Just Penny from Penny Whittemore. And what I did was I went into the junk journal file. This didn't print real well on my printer. I need to make some adjustments. It's actually very clear like this. Okay, but it's time for me to do a little bit of maintenance, I can see. But anyway, isn't that gorgeous? So I printed this front to back on there. Oops, and I need to make it into a square. Okay, so what I want is this side, I think. I chose this page because it has stuff in the corners that I can use. So let's see, we're at 8 1/4, and so we want to be at 8 1/4 here. Okay, and I like this little leftover thing. I can use that as a journaling card or something later on. And so I'm done with this. Okay, so what I'm going to use to make this is the We Are Memory Makers envelope punch. And I have to tell you, I didn't get this until I had been junk journaling for 5 or 6 months. And if I had it to do over, this would be the very first thing that I would buy. It's awesome. I wanted something that would round corners for me. And when I was looking at the punches for that, they were $9.99. And this does that for me. I also wanted something that would do the indentation. I'll show you in just a second. Would do the indentation for, like a thumb hole for pockets and stuff. And this will do that for me. And it can be used as a small scoreboard, and it makes envelopes. That's the most important thing. That's what it's made for, but it does all these other really wonderful things. Okay, so my Bible verse cards are going to be 3 by 5, like this 3 by 5 card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look over here where it says card size. Okay? Let me make sure this is going, yeah. It says card size, and I'm looking for 3 by 5. There's 3 by 5 right here, and there's 3 by 5.5. My paper is 8 1/4, so I'm actually going to look for something that's close to that. So we've got 8 1/4 by 8 1/4 right here, and I can make a 3 by 7. I think I want to make it more like, yeah, so 3 by 7 is good. So that says 2 3/4 is the score line that I need to use. Okay, so that's actually going to give me 3 by 6.5. So yeah, I think 2 3/4 is going to be good because I'm using a bigger paper. So 2 3/4, 2 3/4. Sorry, I'm still a little bit out of it, you guys. My husband was killed in an auto accident less than 3 weeks ago, and so I'm still kind of reeling from that. And you'll just have to excuse me. But I'm trying to get back into crafts because I know that will really help. That's good therapy. Okay, so that punch is what I was talking about for the thumb hole punch, and I'll show you in just a moment. So the score line, you just take and you follow the line that's right under there. You can put this knife right there, and you can feel the line, and you can just follow it along, and it makes a really, really nice score line. Okay, and the only time that I have to measure is for this very first punch. All right, after that, okay, so here's what I'm talking about. This works really nicely for a pocket thumb hole. It's wonderful. So, and getting something that just does that is $9.99. This thing, I think, was $9.99 for all of that. So, you know, I'm like really big on bargains and stuff. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to take this score line and line it up with this little thing here that protrudes. And it says score guide here. It's just really easy to use. Really, really easy. Sometimes if you have too much light, it's hard to see the score line. So if you're having a hard time seeing it, just, you know, turn off your overhead light for a moment while you do this. Okay, so I made that punch, and I'm going to look at where the score line is again. This will make all different shapes of cards, rectangles, squares, really, really long rectangles, whatever you want. I mean, you know, four-sided envelopes anyway, not triangles or circles. Okay, and then one more punch, and one more score, and there we go. And then I love things like this. You can store your little knife right there. So I'm done with that. Okay, so do you see what I mean when I say that the reason I chose this particular page is because it'll give me designs in the corners? I like that. I want to make sure that this is the right size for my cards. Yes, it is. There's plenty of room, plenty of space for it. Okay, so I want this to be the flap. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to round that corner right there. Okay, so I've got a nice rounded corner. And then I'm going to turn it this way. Now I could have this be the outside if I wanted to, but I don't. I want that to be the outside. Okay, and I'm going to trim this later. I'm going to fold this over, and I'm going to fold this over. Okay, now I'm going to turn it wrong side out, because what I want to do is I want to make a line so that I can trim it all the way down to here, because I want to be able to have as much of this showing this stuff behind here as possible, to just make it easier to use for what I'm using it for. So I'm going to turn it wrong side out like this, and I'm going to close these guys. And you can see from this what it would look like if we used the envelope this way. Okay, and then I'm going to, where these two points are, this point and this point, I'm going to take my ruler, I'm going to draw a line. It's not going to show because this is going to be inside, and I'm going to cut on it. Okay, so I'm going to draw my little line here. Okay, and then that's what I'm going to cut. So I'll cut right along that line. And I'll save this piece of paper because it'll be great for maybe a corner in a journal, or if nothing else, for franken paper. Okay, but I think it's big enough for a little corner tuck in a journal. Okay, and then I'm going to, oh, I did the same thing again. I cut the wrong side. Oh well. You guys, seriously, I am hopeless. I did it again. I wanted this one to be the flap, but that's okay. This way, these flowers are right set up, and we can actually, there's medallions and stuff in the kit that we can put there if we want to. Okay, so I'm also going to trim this across, because obviously I don't want it to hang down here. So I'm going to trim across, just straight across right here. There we go. And I'll save that for franken paper. I cannot believe that I did that. Oh, that's too funny. Okay, and then I'm going to glue this closed. So where I want to glue it is I want to glue right along here, okay, and right along here till it comes together with that, okay? Ooh, it's sticking to my ribbon. I had it upside down through the whole of the ribbon spool. Okay. So let me see where it comes to. It comes to right here. So I'm going to do my glue just not quite to there. Helps if you open your glue. Okay, and I just got some on my table, so I'm going to have to wipe that off. Okay, and I got an awful lot there. It's going to squish out, so I'm going to need to wipe all of that. Oops, there's a couple of them. I use face wipes for wiping up my glue because I've just found that that works the best. I started out by using tissue, and the tissue stuck to the projects and to the table and to my hands and just made a mess. And paper towels worked a little bit better, but not much. So this glue, oh, I should have put the glue, oh my goodness, you guys, I'm out of it because of everything with my husband, sorry. you want to put the glue on both sides at once because it's too hard after you've, I'm going to put just a little bit more here. I'm not usually quite such a mess, although my husband loved, one of the things he loved about me was that I was a mess. He was always saying, "You're such a mess," and he loved taking care of me. It's like the fact that I'm such a mess gave him more opportunities to take care of me, and of course I loved that. I ate it up. So my husband was really an awesome man. Okay, so we've got our basic envelope. So while that dries a little bit, I want to add something to this. I was thinking about this last night, actually, as I was looking for an order that I haven't received yet from Amazon, and I was reminded that I had bought these little guys, and I haven't even used them yet. These are very cool. They're like safety pins, but they're just a little bulb shape. Can you see that? And so they're great for hanging like a charm or something. So I'm thinking that'd be cute to have like hanging from the corner here, and I might actually use it as a closure on this. We'll see. So I also have, and I got those from Amazon. I'll link them below. If I ever forget to link something that I say I'll link, let me know in the comments, and I'll do that. I really appreciate it when you guys use my links because they're affiliate links, and which means that I get usually just a few cents, but it adds up. And right now I really need money, so I appreciate it. It doesn't cost you anything more. Amazon's just giving me like a commission. Okay, so what would go well? You know what? I think I'm going to go with the angel wing for this one. Is that too big? It might be. Let's see what else we have. I want something that's like a symbol of life or heaven, because that's just where I am right now, or a heart. Oh, I think I'm actually going to go for the heart. I like that heart, and right now I'm just thinking a lot of my husband. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put the charm on first. It looks like it's the same from both sides, which is really cool. Makes it easier. Okay, so we're going to put the charm on there like that, and we could put like a small bead on with it if we wanted to. I'm not going to do that this time. Well, maybe I will. You know what? I've got some little beads right here. You guys can see why my table gets to be such a mess, right? Okay, so I'm going to put one of these little copper beads, if they'll fit on here. They've got a very small hole, so we'll see. Put one on each side. Yeah, they do fit. That's kind of cute, I think. Let's see how it looks, but yeah, I think that's good. And Bill loved that I did these things, these junk journals and stuff. He just was really into it. He would watch, especially when I'd watch Gail Augustinelli videos, and or if I was watching anybody else, he'd say, "Where's your friend Gail?" He just really liked watching her videos. It was so cute. I'd watch him in bed, and he'd pretend to read, but if he stayed awake for more than a few minutes, I knew he was watching the video with me, and I'd look over, and sure enough, he was. Okay, so see, I like the way that these look. Isn't that cute? It's just a nice little thing kind of over on the edge like that. That's cute. Okay, and then our cards, which are going to be like from some of this paper, will fit in there like that. And I'm just going to have like 2 or 3 in this little wallet. That's all that I made that for. So that's cute. Okay, so this should be dry by now. And the other thing I should have done before doing all this is my distressing, but that's all right. You know, you'll just have to excuse me for being kind of out of it. Okay, so I'm going to distress. I'm going to use brown like I did with the wallet. I'm going to use brown on the inside and use the blue on the outside. I think I might round these corners just a little bit too, actually. So, oh, nope, they won't fit in there. Okay, so that's fine. Okay, and this is Vintage Photo. I think that's maybe the most common distressing ink that people use who do our kind of stuff. And then this one is Chipped Sapphire, which I didn't really like at first. It was, you know, it's kind of dark, but I have really gotten to where I like it. So see how nicely that just like outlines the edge there for me? Ooh, I got some inside. That's all right. See, that wouldn't have happened if I had done this before I made this, but that's all right. Okay, and oh, I want to get this part with the brown. Okay, if you get the creases, you know, you want to distress the creases too, because if this was old or used, then, you know, it would look like that. See, doesn't that look nice? That looks really cool. Okay, so then I'm going to do blue around here. I'm probably going to put lace around this part. I'm not sure yet. I'm still thinking about it. So I may end up covering this up, but that's all right. Okay, and then I want to get all the way around, because I'm not putting this in a journal. I might put it in a journal in the long run, but I won't glue it in. It would just be in there. So the back and the front are always going to show. And right now I'm studying 1 Peter. In fact, I'm doing a video series on it if you want to do it with me. So I'll write 1 Peter memory verses or something here. Haven't decided yet what. Okay, then I want to go all the way around here. And since I haven't already printed something out, I'll have to print something out to put there, something from the Magnolia kit. It's the Be Still Magnolia kit. But this would work for, you know, use any of her kits. You've got to check out her Etsy shop, which I will link below. She has some really, really pretty things in there. They're really neat. Okay, so that's that. So we've got that done. Okay, so I want to put some lace on. I'm going to use the same lace that I used at the bottom of this, but I think I'm going to do it like all the way along the edge here. Okay, are we still running? Yeah. All right, should I go all the way up there? No, I think I'm just going to do it down here. Okay, so let me measure out what I need. And I'm actually going to cut just a little bit extra in case those corner turns take more, because I can always cut it off. I have a little piece of cheesecloth here to let me know which ones are my cloth scissors. Okay, so we're going to get the sewing machine. I do a lot of sewing on my junk journals and all my things like that, and you know, you really don't have to, including for putting on this lace. You could just glue this on if you want. But I really love to sew, and I love the extra texture that sewing provides, and just the way it looks and everything. I love to sew. I've loved to sew for many, many years, many decades. So you'll see me sewing, but most of the things that I sew, you really could just glue on. Okay, I'm going to use a zigzag. And I am not picky about the color of thread that I'm using. I mean, as long as it doesn't like really, really look bad, I'm okay with it. Okay, so since I've got a corner there, I'm cutting it. And then I'm going to go back and I'm going to not really miter it, but I'm just going to like fold it so that it'll go like that. Okay, so I'm folding it there at the corner. And I'm going to sew that down. Again, using my zigzag. And I just leave the threads that I cut, I just leave them dangling. Bill used to always say that my journals were hairy because they had all these threads dangling, but I really like it. It's kind of shabby chic-ish kind of thing. Okay. I should have left even more extra. This is just barely going to make it to the end, which makes me a little uncomfortable, but it's going to work. Okay. All right, there we go. Okay, so we've got our edge done. Doesn't that look pretty? It really adds something to it. Okay, so I'm going to trim the corners up here to kind of round them off because I don't want them to stick it out like that. So I'm going to cut them like that. And then this one, same way. Like, oh, that one's not really attached. I need to go back and sew that again. Okay, like that. And then I'm saving this for Franken paper too. Okay, so that was not attached right there. So let's attach that. Okay. There we go. Okay, so since I did the wrong side for this, I'm going to need to print something out to do that, and I want to have that done before I put a button. You know what? I'm not going to put something else there. I think I'm just going to put a button or something right here, and then I'll write something here. I think that'll be good. So let's go ahead and we can choose a button, or we could do another charm, but now I'm leaning more towards a button. And, ooh, I think I know which one I want. Will this look good? What do you guys think? I like that. And then I can have a ribbon that wraps around it. Oh, yeah, that would be so pretty. I didn't think I would ever actually use that. That is really, really pretty. Okay, so what I want to do, I'm not going to give it as much of a glop of glue as I usually do because I want to wrap the ribbon around there. Okay, let me think about this for a second. So I should go ahead and do my ribbon first. So what kind of ribbon do I want? I think I want something kind of pink. I've got all my ribbon down here. Sorry, I wasn't prepared to be using ribbon. I'm okay. Oh my gosh, you guys, I am seriously a mess. And I don't have Bill to look after me. Okay, my ribbon's all falling apart here. Yeah, I think that'll be really pretty. Okay, so let's cut some ribbon. Oh my word, you guys. I'm sorry, I am like really a mess. Hopefully you can figure out from this what you need to do. Okay, so I'm going to sew this underneath, right here, right in the middle. Okay, before I glue on my button. Because, you know, once I glue on the button, I can't sew there. I'm going to sew it in two places. I'm going to sew it up at the top of the lace, and I'm going to sew it at the bottom of the lace. I want to make sure I've got it in the middle, though. Okay. When I scoot it under there, the feed dogs tend to move it a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to go at the bottom of the lace. There we go. And will this reverse? No, not in zigzag. Okay, so I'm going to cut it. I'm actually going to do it over that again. I want it to be really strong. So I'm going to do it in the same place at the bottom of the lace. Okay, and then I'm going to do it at the top of the lace. And I'm going like 1 or 2 stitches before where the ribbon is and 1 or 2 stitches after where the ribbon is. Okay, just for extra strength. I think there I actually went more like 3 or 4 stitches before and after. Okay, and right now I've got kind of a gold thread on here. So that's what I'm going with, and that works fine. It made the ribbon a little crooked, but that's okay. All right, so we're gonna put our button right here just above the bottom of the lace. I don't want it to cover up the bottom of the lace. And since I'm gonna want to wrap the ribbon around the button, I don't want to really goop it all in there, so I'm just kind of gonna put it right here on the parts that'll touch the paper. Right there. Okay, and then we'll leave that to dry. And I'll figure out what I'm going to do here, if anything. I'm not really sure if I'm going to do anything. Kind of like that. It's nice. Or that might be where I say 1 Peter memory verses. I'm not sure. Anyway, I think that's it for now. So what I still need to do is I need to let this dry. I need to figure out what I'm going to put here, which we'll do like in the next video probably. And for this one, I still need to get some Velcro and put it right there. So those are my 2 pieces for my memory verses, and I'm really thinking about maybe even doing like a little notebook or a mini journal to go with my Bible study. I'm using my inductive study Bible, so I'm doing like most of my notes in there, but I think I might want to journal about some of the stuff, so I just want to do like a small journal to go with it, and we'll see. I have some ideas. I'm kind of thinking about maybe making like a small box and then having separate notebooks, separate small notebooks for each of the different topics. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. I'm just like making this up as I go, you guys. And I'm doing that on purpose rather than planning it out because I'm really coming to believe that it's important for you to see the process and not just like the finished thought out product. And like if I make mistakes or something, then you can see what I do to fix it. Okay? All right, so that's gonna wrap around there, but it's not dry yet. So, all right, we're gonna leave that there. Put that like that so it stays closed. I love you all. I will talk to you later, tomorrow probably. All right, bye-bye.